Good morning, friends. It's Nancy, and I'm sorry I've been missing in action all week. I'm telling you, this girl cannot catch a break. Last week I finished this journal. Lots of nice comments. A couple people have favorited it on my Etsy store, but she's not been picked up yet. So I will be reducing the price today, I guess, because she deserves to go someplace. And I immediately grabbed another blue journal. So that Monday, I guess, I worked on this. Didn't record anything because it was just, the same old gutting sort of thing. I've got paper selected, and I used some Amazon packing paper to do some stencils using this stencil butter, and the color is Dune, but it's sort of a pale gold, and I did different stencils on every one. But this one looks like it has, I don't know, when I came down and looked at it this morning, it looks like it's greasy almost, because it goes through the other side. And I thought, well, I can't hide that. So I have to fix that. Got some tea-dyed paper. All of them have, sorry, the flippy is annoying. All of them have antique lace. That's the same. That one's maybe not antique, could be vintage. Well, definitely vintage, but the first two were antique. So, what else? Oh, I chose some pages from the book. This, I think this was, can't remember. It's paper. And I have some music paper and some tea-dyed grid paper, that sort of thing. So very neutral, tons of writing space. But I need to replace that one. So my first thought was, I'll tear this off. And we'll just get a new piece of paper. That should be pretty easy. Just looking for my template here. Yeah, I have not been downstairs at all because my knee flared up again. And now I've been barking and coughing and carrying on. I've just had enough. But Wednesday, with regards to the old knee, let's get rid of that before I try to use it for something. I had been referred to the rheumatologist. The general consensus among the six healthcare professionals I've seen is that it's rheumatoid in nature and likely rheumatoid arthritis. All right. Well, let's get that confirmed and get some treatment going then. So very, very frustrated when it flared up again. And Wednesday morning I said to Doug, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get into a rheumatologist in Buffalo. I mean, I'll have to pay for it, but at least I won't have to wait. At least I mean, I could be completely wrong. It might be a wait like I've had here. So immediately started investigating that, and that afternoon around 1 o'clock, I called the rheumatologist that I was referred to, and I left a voicemail message and said, if I can be put on a cancellation list, I would be much obliged. So shortly thereafter, they called me and said, can you come next Wednesday? I said, absolutely. Tear this edge too. So I'm seeing the rheumatologist on Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock. So that's good news. We can get something figured out or ruled out, or the knee is feeling better today, but now we are dealing with the hacking cough and the snotty nose and the, yeah. I'm just going to take a whisker off the bottom because it's got the perforated edge, and I didn't think to accommodate that. We'll just take a whisker. I'm also going to pause and blow my nose. And I also took the opportunity to fill my coffee cup. Decided that I'm going to use this sort of as a belly band. I didn't know anything about the book. It's called Fabiola, and it was written by Cardinal Wiseman. So I understand that it has been made into a movie 3 different times. None of them English, though. I think they were all Italian. If I can remember what I read last week. And it had to do with a Christian slave and her mistress, I guess, if we're being absolutely correct, who of course was a Roman pagan. So this is at the time of the Roman Empire. And I think something happens, and then there was a dramatic conversion to Christianity, I guess. Probably. And probably some martyrs, and who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's going to work for me. Oh, that's not what I want. Now, even though I haven't done any crafting this week, thank goodness I can still online shop from bed. So I'm going to show you a order that I got yesterday that arrived on my doorstep. I stepped right over it. We went out last night to pick up our taxes. And I was in the car, and Doug says, "What's this?" And it was right on the doorstep, like on the threshold of the door. And I stepped right over it when it was not a small box. Okay. So essentially I have enough pages here to do 7 signatures, 5 pages each. But of course, this is all very neutral, very plain. I want to see if I can add some gold, yeah, I've got some ideas for that. Besides just, you know, this goldy stencil butter. So this was actually a Facebook Marketplace purchase, and I paid all told with shipping and everything was $30. I thought that was not a bad price considering. So it was advertised as scrapbooks. So this is some kind of a ledger, and it says from blank 19, so, you know, the second decade of the 1900s. So this is falling apart, and this is 1921, and it looks like somebody was already I'm not sure what they're trying to say. 12% of all people gainfully employed receive 40% of the national income. So it looks like somebody was already calculating the haves and have-nots and that sort of thing. I don't know. So there's just little pieces of, I'm going to pull some of this stuff out. Newspaper. Somebody brought a lion cub to Toronto. Elderly athletes shorten their lives. Well, I'm glad they... Airplane fastest modes of travel. Well, there you go. Department of Health, Buffalo, New York, medical school inspection to the parents of bearer. Oh, talking about goiters. Two-fifths of Buffalo school girls are affected in this manner to some extent. This gland is easily prevented from enlarging by sodium iodide, a harmless salt. Well, there you go. But a lot of it is just blank. So, yeah, I love that. And there's a card from McCormick's in London. And you could get a silver-plated cheese and cracker dish. Well, there you go. So there's probably a lot of really interesting things in here. Dodd's kidney pills. But these things aren't glued down, so that's cool. I was not expecting why druggists faint. So I'm very happy to have this old paper and this old newspaper, 1922. St. Catherine's. So this is to the railroad workers in St. Catharines. Oh, look at the girls playing baseball. So there's a news about a murder charge, well, manslaughter charge, and whoever had this put a note there that the person was sentenced to 12 years in prison. This is a big hunk of paper here. Buckley's. Maybe that's what I need, is Buckley's. Doug wanted me to get Buckley's the other day, and I said, I don't do cough syrup. I'll never swallow it, so don't bother. I'm a horrible human being, but I just can't. Toronto babies breed new variety of flies? Ew, gross. During the last 2 years, 3 cases have occurred in Toronto of babies suffering from a very severe eruption of boil-like sores on the neck, chest, and arms, each sore containing 1 or more maggots. Ugh. From 2 of these cases, the maggots, after removal, were fed upon raw beef and developed into large hairy flies of a species whose habits were hitherto quite unknown. The maggots grew so rapidly that their removal was urgent. Ugh. Yeah, so I'm getting excited about tearing that apart and using some pages, because there's lots and lots of opportunities for me to use those pages, because they're such a nice width. I mean, height you can always cut down. This one actually has pretty much, and this dates to the third, yeah, this one's 1933. This one's mostly deaths and weddings, so more, you know, social history kind of thing. Wedding anniversaries, church news, and some of them are not glued down as well as other things, but brilliant young organist. Kelly Business School graduating class. So what I thought I would do with this is take it apart and then use the pages like in the same way that one would use masterboard. I can also cut these with dies to make, you know, tags and things like that. So yeah, that's what I got that for. But I thought that was okay. All told, all right, back to business here. So this is an illustration from the book. So I'm going to back it with this blue paper. Am I? This is sort of a card that was in an old wallpaper book. Let's tear this down. Because I like to use part of the original book back in, just, you know, I mean, I don't know the story, didn't read the story. Not sure what the significance of this illustration is, but if this is the illustration they chose to use, then maybe it's important to the story. So I want to save it. Now, shall we ink it a bit? Yes, we shall. So the subtitle of this book was something about catacombs. The Church of the Catacombs. And the date of the book is 1899. I seem to have only little glue sticks around me today for some reason. See how this tears first. Well, it's okay. I don't mind that at all. Okay, let's back that with something new. See if we can get a straight-ish edge. Jordan's coming over, bringing donuts and coffee this morning, so we have that to look forward to. What's wrong with you? Guess it's empty. This isn't how it's going to finish. Just want to tear some of that extra off. Because I want to make sort of a raggedy edge on it. But I think I need to let that dry first. And I'll stick it under my mat to flatten. All right. What next? Just looking through my pile of stuff because I pulled stuff out last week. And you know what? I think the best next step for me is to put these pages into signatures so that I can start flipping through and adding pockets. Because I like at least one pocket in every signature. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. I also saved, these are the inside fly leaves from the book. And I thought once I get that signature in there, instead of doing a fabric inside page that like I usually do, I would cover up the fabric with part of the fly leaf, and then that will create tuck spot maybe? I don't know. I just don't know. But I mean, that is just too pretty not to use. I said I backed it onto file folder, did I? Maybe not, because it's very fragile paper. I mean, it's old as dirt. So, I think I have the option. All right. I am going to end the video here. I'm hoping that I am sufficiently recovered tomorrow, Sunday the 27th, to do another live sale. Probably, well, definitely another Looney Toony sale. Because I've been assembling things for a couple of weeks now that I wanted to put in my next sale. And then maybe in a couple of weeks, I might be ready to do more substantial lots, you know, like $5 lots. So tomorrow, I'm hoping 1 o'clock, we'll do another live sale. I will give you more details about that tomorrow if my general state of health allows. All right, you take care of yourself. I hope you're doing well and you're having a fabulous weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.